Numbers on a page tell a story, and in this feature we decode the fiscal blueprint for a few critical projects, tracing the budgetary allocations that are driving the build-out of a national ID, strengthening agriculture resilience, ensuring community safety, and expanding access to quality education. So, what are the figures? $24.23 billion, and this will be used by the Office of the Prime Minister for its day-to-day operations and to carry out its capital projects in the 2025-2026 financial year. Here's a breakdown for the capital projects. With several key components of the National Identification System (NIDS) in place, the government is now focused on completing the remaining targets. An allocation of $2.88 billion will go towards completing modification and network connection to 19 enrollment sites, executing the NIDS communication strategy, and establishing the GOJ public key infrastructure. It will also seek to complete the Registrar General's Department, RGD's web portal and e-wallet, and the Digital Birth Certificate Program. This is being funded by the government and the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB.
I must thank all the persons who have worked long and hard to have the National Identification Card brought to this point. It is meant to give every Jamaican verifiable and secured identity documents.
Having started in 2020, progress will advance in critical areas to complete works under the Rural Economic Development Initiative 2 by September this year. Among the targets are to complete the redevelopment of a tilapia fish hatchery and the construction of a cold storage facility at Windalco Kirkvine.
2 40-foot containers which will be retrofitted to provide 135 cubic meters of cold storage capacity. Additionally, we will have another 40-foot container which will be retrofitted to provide 67 cubic meters of dry storage capacity. We're doing it for all the different types of produce that we have in this belt.
Provision is also made for agricultural inputs to women and youth, as well as drip irrigation facilities for the Amity Hall Farmers Cooperative and Ebony Park Agro Cooperative Society. A greenhouse nursery will be constructed in Watermount to enhance access to markets and climate-resilient approaches for targeted beneficiaries in the tourism and agricultural sectors. Transforming volatile spaces into safe havens of opportunity and peace. The number is $215.8 million, and the vehicle is the Integrated Community Development Project 2. With 1 year remaining, infrastructure projects will be completed in Norwood, Salt Spring, and Anchovy in St. James. At the end of 2024, rehabilitation works were completed at 5 primary schools and at the Denham Town Police Station. In addition, safe walkways were created for students at 4 primary schools, along with parks and green spaces within 7 communities, and infrastructure work in ZOSO declared areas.
We need safe, well-built social spaces.
The numbers also reveal continued social intervention by improving access to quality education and training in vulnerable communities. 1 infant school is to be constructed in Mount Salem, while 3 primary schools will be rehabilitated and expanded. The implementing agency is the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. The agency will also be doing similar works under the Capacity Building for Education and Livelihood Development Project. That will cost $572.5 million. Under the recurrent budget, $196 million is allotted to support the National Registration Unit and establish the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA. Both entities share responsibility for the implementation and administration of NIDS. This includes registration and promoting the use of the identification number and card. With general election constitutionally due in 2025, $1.2 billion will support administrative duties to register voters, produce ID cards, and update the official voters list. In addition, $1.95 billion will support the holding of the election. Moving now to the Constituency Development Fund Unit. $1.36 billion of its allocation is to provide grants, contributions, and subsidies across all 63 constituencies. Administrative support to formulate, monitor, and implement the national security policy is $55 million. The policy recommends actions and strategic security initiatives and provides technical advice to the Prime Minister on the impact of regional and international security concerning Jamaica. With $11 million more in the budget, this will strengthen the results-based management and enhance performance across ministries, departments, and agencies. From a secure digital identity that empowers individuals to safer communities where families can thrive, a more efficient public sector that serves its citizens effectively, and a commitment to social development that leaves no one behind. These are the pillars upon which a stronger Jamaica is being built.